What up, y'all? Kingz with TG. And on today's episode, I'm gonna tell y'all how to get into this trucking industry with or without money. See you in a minute.
Riding around with yeah. Gotta grind hard, gotta stack it. Yeah. Grind hard, gotta get it. Yeah. Grind hard, gotta stack it. Grind hard, gotta get it. No beast, no dog. I'm just really a new breed on you, dog. It hurts to say that people keep no loyalty. Work your way, real and show that loyalty. Cause I still ride with them. When I go see them, I just hit fire with them. 20 years in, you can't get tied to it. Boys to the men, and we get tied to it, ayy.
What up, y'all? Kingz with TG. And yeah, man, like I was saying at the beginning, I'm gonna tell you how to get into this industry, this trucking industry, without having the CDLs and what to do, the process of what to do. I'll tell you what I personally did. I personally went to a trucking school, and the name of the trucking school was called 160 Driving Academy. It was in Chicago, Illinois. And I went up there and I pretty much paid out of pocket. Now, I'm saying this to preference because you don't necessarily have to pay out of pocket to do this trucking thing, man. You know what I'm saying? There's many ways that you can get that done. You know, get that accomplished as far as getting your CDLs and getting that paid for. Like me personally, I paid out of pocket. I saved. I had some money. I was balling. You know what I'm saying? And I pretty much had the $5,000 to pay for the school in whole. So once the 4 weeks was done, you know, I went back to Tennessee, got my CDLs, and I kept it pushing. But for a lot of people that I know that was up there, that wasn't the case. What they told me they did, and what I hear from a lot of people is, of course, whatever resident that you are, whatever state that you're in, it was a program called the WIOA. Now, with the WIOA, that's like assistance, human resource assistance from, funded by the state. To get into that program, from what I know, is that you would had to at least had unemployment insurance, so pretty much getting paid from the state for unemployment, or got yourself some assistance as far as food assistance, stuff like that. That's a good way to get into that program. And what I heard about what they do, and from what I know as far as studying it, is that pretty much they'll fund up to from 75 up to 100% of whatever the school costs for you to go to school, and obviously for you to continue to get, or on the road to getting your CDLs. Most people that I heard, they paid 100%. Now the prices of that vary. I paid $5,000 out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, it can range. It depends on your state, but it can range from 5 to like 7. I think the most that I've heard for a CDL school was like $10,000. I think that's a little OD, but to each his own, man. I tell you what, once, or if you do pay that, or if you have assistance to pay that, it'll definitely be worth your while once you get into this industry. Also, another way, if you can't do that, and if you don't want to do the school thing as far as not going to a school, a lot of starter companies as far as like Swift, CR England, KLM, a lot of those startup companies for people that just have a CDL permit, even if you don't have your permit, like they'll help you obviously get your permit. Like with me, I was gonna go to route of Swift to, pretty much get my permit and also get my CDLs. But, I was studying way before, thinking about going to Swift or whatever. I was going to do it on my own anyway. That's my, journey though. That was my process. I'm just giving you ideas. you know. But yeah, you know, back to what I was saying, like, I know with the Swift program, what we did was, or what they had me do was, you know, it was an online class for a week. It was 40 hours, so pretty much a full work week. They did online courses, and it was about 20 of us on an online class, and pretty much they was going over the driver's book as far as all the test questions that you had to take to go to your driver's license, to your DMV, to go take the test to go get your permit. Now, once you complete the process of getting your permit, then what they would do is they would send you to whatever terminal or whatever training terminal, because there's some areas, like, say if you're in Arkansas or let's say Illinois or something. Like, I know if you was in, like, Arkansas, you would have had to come to the Memphis terminal, you know, in Tennessee. Or if you're in Illinois, you probably would have had to go to the Columbus facility in Ohio, you know. Now, that's not to take away the fact that they don't have terminals in those areas. Those are just not training terminals. But anyway, long story short, so what they would do is, after that 40-week class, you would pretty much go to your local DMV, go get your CDL permit. Then they would schedule you to come in to train for up 4 to 6 weeks. It varies with each company, but the total census was all, like, saying around 4 to 6 weeks. And once you train and do those 4 to 6 weeks, the good thing about going and having, you know, to go through a company is you'll get in right away. You're working right away. It ain't no plan. You ain't gotta sit back and let me find this job or whatever. Like, nah, you straight in there. You already at your company. You already in that thing. You feel me? But it's always a catch-22 to things, man. You know, the catch-22 is you have to sign a 2-year contract. So, you know, you better be able to ride or die with that company, because what they'll do is, if you decide to up and leave early before your 2 years is up, they'll try to charge you for the rest of the remaining time that wasn't fulfilled, that you didn't fulfill as far as, you know, your contract. So, you know, that's always something to think about. But the good thing is it's nothing out of pocket. I do believe they do take a small percentage of your check that's earned. Now, you can work that out. You probably have to do a little research yourself, and I suggest that's what you do. Don't just rely on my word. I'm just telling you my experience and what I've studied, you know, regarding that and how I went about it. But I would suggest that you do your own research and you see, like, what exactly they do, you know. But once you get into the industry, man, it's the good thing about trucking, man, is so many different aspects of the industry to where you can maximize your earning potential. Like, for me, I've been driving a little under a year. Right now I'm pushing the can. In other words, I'm doing dry van. So when you see, like, regular trucks with the trailer, the 53-foot trailer, that's what I do. Even in that division, you got refrigerated, and you also have containers. Now, containers is more for port cities. So you know, you'll be on a lot of harbors, like, say, like the Baltimore Harbor, Charleston, South Carolina, you know, New York, Oakland, California, all that type of stuff. All places that got harbors is pretty much where you're gonna go get those containers. And those are those large green or like a rusty, like red, maroon looking colored containers. Those are containers that they drop onto the chassis of your truck. So that's a whole different thing. That is actually pretty cool, but they pay pretty good too. You have your flatbed divisions. In your flatbed division, you got pretty much your regular flatbedders. You got your heavy haulers. You got your oversized. Those pay pretty good. If you don't have any, like, endorsements, though, that's a good field, that's a good field to go into if you don't have any endorsements, but you want to maximize your money. Flatbed and heavy hauling, that's always a good thing to do. You also have, now these would probably include your endorsements. Now endorsements are obviously your doubles, your triples, and you got your hazmat. That would be like, you know, your tanker division. That's pretty much like running oil, fuel. You know, those are, you know, that's that division, and they pay pretty good too. But obviously, you had to have your hazmats or your hazmat endorsement for that. And with your doubles and triples, that's kind of like working for like the post office, which is pretty good because more than likely you'll be home every week. You know, they kind of run regionals and dedicated, so they don't really go over the road like how I do. That's why a lot of people in trucking, man, like I'll tell you this, in trucking at the beginning for a lot of new booties, like, so that's like for people with experience, maybe like I'll go for like 2 years under, they're gonna try to put you over the road. But if you can't do that because you have a family or you know, your spouse, you know, you can always request to run dedicated or a regional route. You know, you'll get a little more home time. But I mean, if you run hard, I tell you this with over the road, if you run hard, they'll give you a good amount. At least with my company, I work for Night, and Night is a good company for me. But they'll give you a decent amount of home time that you request, contingent on how good that you run on this road. I get my loads done. I run 10s damn near every day, you know, so I'm driving like 500, 600 miles every day, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's, you know, that's another topic for another time. But I'm just trying to give you a little bit of the industry so that you can kind of narrow down to what you want to do, you know. What I would suggest is first seeing what's a good option for you to do as far as your money, as far as going to school or applying for a company, start a company to where you do your 2-year contract obligation, you know. And then second, what you want to do is, hey, decide if you want to get your hazmat, get your hazmats, get your doubles and triples, you know, get your endorsements, so that maybe when you come into the game, you'll be a valuable candidate for whatever company that you decide to work for. That's what I would suggest, man. But I'm not gonna hold y'all up. I mean, there is one more division. It's kind of like the farming, you know, division. You got your hoppers. Your hoppers run on you know, they. It's kind of hard to explain with them, but what they pretty much do, they run like grain, flour, seeds. They kind of run like farmland. You know, you got your hoppers, you got your cattle runners. They pretty much run farmland. You don't really see them on interstate highways like that. You really see them on state highways and areas that's like rural. You know what I'm saying? So if you got any like rural area in your state, like farmland, that's where you'll see those type of trucks. But they get paid damn good. I tell you that right now. They get paid real good. But the thing is, you can apply for them, but if you new booty, it depends, man. Maybe you might have to know somebody that's already there, or, you know, you just gotta have a damn good resume. I tell you that, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much, you know, how the industry is right now. It's a good industry to come into if you're not really into school and stuff like that, you know. Think about getting into that, man. However you want to do it. Like I said, the school route, or you can go through the company and get your CDLs. But the option is always there, and don't let nothing stop you from getting that done, man. If that's one thing that I can tell you, man, if you want to dream, you dream big, and you complete it until it's done, man. You know what I'm saying? And then when that's done, you do something else. You set another goal and you complete that. So what I say is keep pushing forward, keep doing your research, man. You'll get there, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching the video. Follow me on IG, man, at _Kingz. Kingz with a Z at the end. And I'll see y'all again. Peace.
How many ride with no kin? When we was kids, used to share a nigga rib. And when things got crazy, a nigga spin the bin. And if things get crazy, a nigga split the wig. Hey, I'm just grinding, dog. I don't need no haters, all. If it's not about the bitch, it means you just talking, dog. Riding around with yeah. Gotta grind hard, gotta stack it, yeah.